bullshit! You didn't convince me! Let me see your real war paint!
A near record 75 here in the Triangle if you're voting for Greta Thunberg to get the Nobel Prize and being scared of the weather. Enjoy your simulation, folks. I know that we're all wishing prayers and energy and well wishes and a fantabulous healing or a spectacular journey for one Mr. Rush Limbaugh, and we all have our history with Mr. Limbaugh. Some people decades, some people brand new. Some people just hated the guy their whole lives, and well, at least on my corner of Twitter, people are sending well wishes and hope you get healed fast. It seems like Bernie Sanders shut down his offices so all his people could go online and wish Rush death. Go read those comments. It's pretty sad to consider, but folks, we're all gonna go, and that's it. And that, you know what I loved about his message today was that he really did. He delivered the message with confidence. He delivered the message with somebody who had his worldly affairs in order and really did have a relationship with the Great One, and really seemed to have in his walk very secure in where he was going to go in the next incarnation of El Rushbo. And for people in his audience who he loves, maybe listeners who are struggling with the diagnosis, or family member with one, and to hear his confidence and his confidence in faith, and for him to pass that along is just evidence of the pure power of radio. And he's a great American, and guess what, he's still here. He's not gone. So we'll all put this energy together, pray for one giant miracle, which that for one time Adam Schiff tells the truth in front of the network camera. Why do we have to watch these ne'er-do-wells 10 minutes at a time? The same things over and over and over and over and over. He's gonna sell Russia, if you can hear me. Break into the plans to sell Russia and give them to Iran. It's a fucking absurd circus. All of it is. And it's all part of this media landscape that we're all a part of. It used to be trading information and opinion and ensuring liberty and justice and truth the American way for all. And now it's about who can use the most emotion or the most angry or powerful words in their NLP or persuasion game in order to get clicks. And unfortunately, that means that the mainstream media, in order to keep their monetary flow going in the Trump area, had to go full on TMZ. They go full on National Enquirer. And by overusing emotion and everything being Hitler and everything being the worst thing you've ever heard of, they've got nowhere to go. Everything has to be the biggest storm. The walls are closing in. And the rank and the file who've heard it, he's a Russian? Yeah, show me. He colluded? Yeah, show me. Quid pro quo? Show me. Extortion? Show me. Abuse of power? Show me. Something more than an accusation. But there only needs to be one of us. There only needs to be one of us to continue to stand here for truth and justice. And as long as there's one person, in the same way that, and it's funny that I listen to Father Al on Presentation Ministries, and he used to come on at the end of this podcast that I was listening to, and he would get to him, he'd get on there with this fucking Barrett voice, and I'd be like, I don't want to hear this. Then a half a year, I started listening, and lo and behold, they're putting up episodes that were from the 90s, early 2000s. He's dead. Was so against abortion, he stopped paying his taxes. They went after his money that he was getting for being a priest, and he's like, yeah, then I won't take a salary. Gangster. And he's hilarious. And had I have just went with my first inclination. And that's the thing. And if somebody ever riles that hair up in your back, pay attention. You're there to learn something in that moment. And it's funny because the first time I heard Rush Limbaugh, same thing. Who the fuck is this guy? And then you listen. Takes a couple weeks. And the next thing you know, you believe the earth is flat. But that's it. Give people and ideas a chance. And we can't just let this go full burn emotion, because as we're seeing, it's no longer persuasive. They had to be the biggest lie to continue this sham and going. And they got nowhere to go from here except for the next thing they make up, which is going to be worse. It's going to be 2 times as terrible with twice the amount of airtime and half a much give a fuck from the public who has to watch it. Or we don't have to watch it, because this is the last stand. It only takes one of us, one American public together, to continue that truth, justice, liberty, and the American way are maintained right here on American soil. And we do that by loving our neighbor, loving family members as we love ourselves, right? Leading with forgiveness, faith, family, work. Rush's God's in order, so his work's in order, so his faith's in order. That's why he can get on the air with confidence and talk about liberty and justice and talk about his next step going to his heavenly realm. And we're all going. And we should act accordingly. And since we know that we're going to be resting in the glory of the greatness of God, then why not live it now? So God bless America. God bless you. Continue to watch the sham impeachment and enjoy the State of the Union address. It should be hilarious. You know, my brain just throws the thoughts in there as they come, and I have points to get to, and sometimes the camera runs out, or I didn't realize I had another minute to go. So what I will add, and the reason I brought up Father Al from Presentation Ministries and why he's important, is that my faith has never been more powerful, as present, as... how else can you discuss it except for the fact that I don't have any anxiety, and I'm very, very at peace with life. And there's something about that assured confidence that allowed Father Al to go through his own cancer, and that's how he died. What he said in one of his talks was that he said, as long as there's one cancer cell there, then cancer's winning. And he said, you know that God has won and the devil has lost, and that there are times that it looks like the devil is winning. And we see that in the sham impeachment, the lies, and the witch hunt as it evolves from one BS thing to another. But we know that it might look like with the Super Bowl show that evil's winning now. It might look like that the devil is ahead. But again, as long as there's one of us, remember at the end when there's one final Buddha, and he's about to shut the door on reality, he looks back and he goes, no, for the good of all, he steps back into reality and continues it. So in the same way, one cancer cell means that cancer is there. As long as one of us remains here with our faith connected, then together, evil can't win, because it hasn't won, because it isn't going to win. It's always darkest before the dawn, and I believe in my heart of hearts that we are in the golden age. Act accordingly.
What's going to happen to all of this? Deplatforming.
I'm a real American. Fight for the rights of every man.